folks. Is that a little bit better? I'm hoping that that has cleared up the audio. If you can hear me out there, if anyone has joined the chat, keep me informed. Let me just check in the background. Oh, dearie me, it's nowhere near good. I don't know what is going on. Unfortunately, you're going to have to bear with it this stream. I will get it fixed for the next one, folks. I do apologise. I have no idea what is happening out on with the mic, with the fuzz. It was there last week and then it disappeared. And yeah, unfortunate, folks. I do apologise. It is going to be, hopefully it's not too annoying. I'll do my best in the background to fix that up. If I can tweak it a little bit. Let me know if it does get any better. And yeah, we'll persevere for now. Let me just bring some details up for everybody at home. And well, we don't need that one, of course. We need that, and we need the full track map to see who is who in the zoo. Brad Tay currently on a lap. And of course, yes, raining at the moment. Inters it is. And well, there you go, folks. There you go. So, well, these times just getting their eye in, of course, yes. And well, fill the car up fat with fuel and around they go. But well, I dare say I'm not too sure if Brad Tay's the first one around. Well, he's on a bit of a wet lap. No, there you go. Striker's ahead of him, and of course Bopton is well ahead of them both. I'm not too sure if yes, Lockie is ahead as well. So we'll quickly flick down to Lockie, and we'll bring him across the line. No, it is not him. So we'll stay with the Bopton. Of course, yes. Thank you, Fury, in the chat, of course, yes. A lot of stats that Mr. Fury has given us. And in the background, of course, yes, done his thing and worked his backside off. He's gone all the way back from Formula 4, which is what we do anyway with the fastest laps. Yes, this format, folks, all the way back from there. And, well, we bring them all the way up to date. And, yes, all the fastest laps you see, they're relevant all the way back to then. So there you go. And Fury has gone through everything. And, well, I mean, he wasn't even asked to. Did it on his own bat, and much appreciated from him. But there you go. Yeah, absolutely stunning work. And, well, we'll bring some of them to you at a little bit later on. There is Middies, of course. Yes, the Renault driver. And, well, the Group 1 Renault driver having a good show of it last week, of course. Finished in P3. And, well, would have liked to have done better, but unfortunately got a little bit of wing damage towards the end of that one. And just had to bail out, of course. And, well, there you go. Very quick in quali session, of course. A long way to go in this session, folks. But, well, there is the Middies. And, well, let's just see what he got. We'll bring him across the line, folks. I do know there is guys ahead of him. But, of course, yes, there are guys behind him as well. And this quali session will be long. It is a bit of a wet one, folks. So we'll bring Middies across the line. And let's just see what he's got. Of course, not too bad at all for his first time run with a 1 minute 29.118 and throws himself up into P1 if you don't mind. Thank you very much from the Middies, he says. Of course, albeit early doors in this quali session. There is Dirty Orange. And, well, there you go. I've just caught an earful of my mic. And I do apologise, folks. I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. I've done everything to try to fix it. Let me just see if I can tweak it a little bit. Can someone give me some feedback in the chat if that's a little bit better? But there you go. Not much we can do about it, unfortunately. Dirty Orange about to take the line, and it is a 1:35.1 for his first time run, of course. These times will drop, and they will drop pretty rapidly as the fuel burns off and the boys get their eye in, of course. And, well, there you go. Who was that? Nat Hammer throwing it up into P1 with a 1 minute 28.8. Not too bad at all, Nat, for his first time run, of course. And we're currently watching Batman, currently on a lap. The rest of the boys, yes, I dare say are on another lap, but he's yet to set a time. And guzzle some juice. Definitely not the voice there, Bluey. It is the mic, mate. And yeah, I do apologise. I don't know what is going on. It might just be time to, yeah, upgrade. I think it might be time for a new one, mate. And well, there you go. Batman crosses the line with a 33-0. And we'll P10 for now. Let me just change ports. That might help a little bit. Just give me a sec, folks. All right, I wonder if that's any better, Bluey. Hopefully that's helped out a little bit. I'm not too sure. Can you fill me in, please, mate? But there you go. We'll flick down to Old Footy Bender. Of course, missed last week, did the Bender. And, well, so did Tactical Genius and your guy, JC. So we've yet to see those boys out on track in Season 04, but there is the Bender about to get his lap underway. And, well, good luck to Bender. Macedonian has left the session. He does have plenty of invites. I did spam him prior to the race, but yeah, he should be okay. We'll flick further afield because Bender's just getting himself going. Who is further along? Of course, there is Lockie trying to improve. Currently not on his previous best, but there you go. 1 minute 30.0 sees him currently P4, and well, fantastic from him, of course. Yes, well, new kid on the block is Mr. Lockie, as Middies goes quicker again with a 1 minute 28.058, and excuse me, that was Fury. I do apologise, Fury. There he is there, bang, the Jaguar driver, 1 minute 28.058, and I sound great. Don't say that, mate. Don't say that. Go check it back. I'll be devastated. Anyway, no, it's all good. Oh, of course, yes, there is Bender yet to set a time. That is a stunning livery. Let's just enjoy that, folks. Of course, yes, that is Wonka Racing, of course, yes, Housey, the creator of that bad boy, and, well, fantastic. Awesome job he does. And look at it, I reckon that'll be supreme under lights. And looking forward to seeing when that happens, of course. I'll have to check the calendar to give you guys a firm date, of course, at home. But, well, there you go. Well, there you go. Gatorade Lemon Haze on fire already. And it's only early doors in this quali session. But there you go. Bender crosses the line with a 29.7. P5 for now. Not too shabby at all, Bender. Very, very good, my friend. As, well, Johnny M4 making an appearance. About to start a lap. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. And, well, not too sure. It is, well, it is Wonka Racing. Probably on a lap as well. And, well, there you go. It certainly is. It might be Housey. It is Housey. And they are both on laps. They do not have to yield. And, well, Johnny M4 has just, unfortunately, mistimed his run. And, well, that'll do it to you. That will do it to you. Unfortunate, Johnny. Reset. Go again. And, well, I'll tell you what, folks. If my eyes aren't mistaken, it looks like the rain is stopped. And, well, there you go. There you go. These laps are irrelevant. We've got some soft runners out there. Well, not out there at the moment, but currently in the garage putting the soft rubber on, of course. Middies, Nat, they'll all do the exact same thing, of course. And, well, Batman, it says he's on an outlap, and there he is there. And one of the first to blink is the Batman. There is the JC just behind him. And, well, of course, did not see this man last week. And welcome to Season 04, JC. And, of course, we welcome back the Tactical Genius, the Season 2 champ. And, well, there you go. Macedonian leaving the session again. Deary me, his connection, he's got to get that all sorted. But there you go. Welcome back, boys. And, well, great to have you on circuit yet again, of course. Batman is furthest along on that soft. And I'm going to keep an eye on it. I do believe he is. Let me just double check with the front up, further up, guys. No, he certainly is. He certainly is. So I'm going to stay with the Batman. And, well, this track will rubber in nicely. Thank you very much, Fury. Much appreciated. Not that I don't believe you, Gator. Well, there you go. There you go. Ads for 1 minute and a half. Bloody criminal. Oh, Jesus, he says. And, well, there you go. Thanks for watching Lemon Haze. As Tactical gets his lap underway, as and David, of course, yes, David, the Group 3 champ of last season, and well, didn't really have a good showing last week to his own admission, but looking to fire up around here at Hungary as he purples that middle sector, and looking very handy around here does David. Of course, he's around most tracks, and well, there you go. So, well, trying to entice the purchase of a sub, folks. There you go. Except for the Blue Dog, he pays for the blockers. But there you go. Here comes David. And it's a 1 minute 30.505. P10 for now, folks. As we'll flick further down, I do believe, well, Batman set a 33.0. Tactical Genius, there he is there. Absolutely sending it by the look of it for his first time run of Season 4. And let's just bring Tack home, of course. Did miss last season, unfortunately. Did start the season as a full-time driver. But yes, just due to work commitments, just could not finish off the season at all, dearie me. Loosey-goosey, and the rear end steps out, and dare say would have lost a little bit of time there. But as Tack starts to get his eye in, he sets a 1 minute 25.3, and good enough for P1 right about now. There is the Middies Mella, of course. Yes, the Greek god as he's known. And while Scotty a 25.3. I do apologise, mate. I do apologise. Who else is out there? Of course, yes, we'll flick further down. It might be the Batman. No, it is not. Flick back to Middies, and it certainly will be Middies. He will be next. And, well, he's absolutely sending it, isn't he? He certainly is, this guy. And does he have some awesome quality pace? And there you go. Bang, a 124.383. And throws himself up in a P1. Fantastic lap, Middies. Awesome, awesome stuff. Who's out there as well? Jazz Blues Cat, of course. We do welcome the Jazz. And great to see him out on circuit, of course. A very tricky circuit, this one, folks. It is very tough to master, of course. You do have to worry about tyre temperatures, of course. And, well, around here, the tyre wear on this game, we all know what it's like. Plus, you add in that dirty air, and I'll tell you what, they tend to go a bit warm. So it's all about the setup, folks, as it always has been, but very much more so on this game than any other. There is the striker, and well, he's absolutely sending it through Sector 1, isn't he? Couple of seconds up on his previous best, but he's got a lot more in the tank than that. And we do appreciate the guys getting out of the way of these boys on hot laps, of course. Yes, it is almost a go-kart track on steroids, is this one, folks. And, well, the boys navigating very well. Full track maps is what it's all about, of course, in league racing. And just be aware, of course, especially the guys on hot laps, the guys not on laps, of course, and just jumping off that racing line, which they all do perfectly here. And we do appreciate it from the lads. There is the striker, looking very neat and tidy, isn't he, folks? We're going to bring him across the line, folks, and let's just see what the striker has got. Because this lap looks very, very tidy indeed. And let's just see what he goes through. This turn 14, folks. DRS rear wing wide open and a 24.2. Wowee! The striker, P2 for now. Fantastic lap from him. As we'll go down to JC, of course. And, well, yet to see this man set a time this season. He's the only one that hasn't done it yet. And we'll stay with the JC. Or should we? We won't put so much pressure on him, of course. Yes, there is Johnny M4 on his second attempt, folks, about to take the line anyway. And turn 14, there it is. And Johnny M4 sending it. What's he got? What's he got? A 21.4. And of course, Johnny M4, the lap record holder around here, folks. He certainly is. And well, he sets a 1 minute 21.482 P1 for the M4. Very, very good. There is the Verks, of course, last year's champion, last year's drivers' champion, currently in P11. He's got his soft compound on, and let's just see what the Verkster's got. Of course, yes, he might fancy himself around here, folks. Of course, he's very handy around most circuits, isn't he? Very, very good is the Verks these days. And, well, doing his thing, the creator of that bad boy too, and that is Monster Energy, folks. And, well, didn't he do a good job, did the Verks? That is a stunning livery, and that'll be another one that'll look fantastic under lights, folks, I do believe. And, oh, Verky, he's absolutely sending it. He needs to pick up a couple of seconds at least to be anywhere near competitive. JC with a 20.0, and I do apologise, JC. We weren't going to put you under pressure, but there you go. Fantastic first representative time. But here he comes. Here comes Verk. What's he got? What's he got? Is it a 19? It certainly is a 19.2. And, well, there you go. Comfortably P1. These times are going to fall, and they are going to fall fast. I'm not too sure. Get rid of that yellow flag. How much time have we got? Of course, I dare say the boys have got enough time to do another lap. Go in the pit lane. Maybe put on a... I'm not too sure if they've got that much time. But there you go. No, they just certainly don't. 1 minute 30 seconds left in the session. So this is it. This is roughly that about it. Of course, Mr. Fury Strat, of course. Yes, you might have a chance to do another one. But currently on a lap here. Absolutely is. Tactical Genius on an out lap. And where is he? There you go. Dear, he's going to have to absolutely push it a little bit. The boys on out laps are going to have to push it. Albeit a short lap, they're still going to have to push it a little bit. Of course, you don't want to leave that too late, of course. We'll flick around to the top. And well, there is the dirty orange. And well, going around turn 14 is this representative. I think it might be, folks. And he sets a 1 minute 28.845. Fantastic. P19 does improve on his time, but ever so slightly, but stays P19. Fury in P18. He's coming around turn 12 now. And well, he's just got to keep it nice and tidy. Everything pointing in the right direction and bring this lap home, of course. Wants a good result, does the Fury. And after last week, a little bit of a mishap, but at 119.7, that's a lot better from the Fury. Throws himself up in a P3. We'll flick further down because who is around that level? Oh, there's a lot of traffic. There is that Hammer on an outlap. And well, Brad Tay setting a 118.8 P3. I'll tell you what, folks, these laps are coming in thick and fast. And well, there you go. The times are dropping exponentially. And well, this is going to be anyone's bet for pole position. It's all about timing here. And I reckon the guys that are going to set the time last are going to win. Z sets a 1 minute 17.4. He's going again. Z's got enough time. Johnny M4, that's him done with an 18.4 P4 for now. Where is the Bopton in sector 2? Who is furthest around? There he is there. Mr. JC currently 1.8 seconds up. We've got a couple of golf guys, and there is Jazz, P12 from him. Nat Hammer, where is the JC? There he is there. About to take the line now. It's a 117.5. P5 from the JC. Very, very good. And well, there you go. There is Fury, still bettering his previous best. And he's absolutely sending it. He certainly is sending it. He's just got to hold it all together. I do believe there is a monster in front of him. Not too sure who that is. Might be the Verks again, but well, there you go. It certainly is. As well, Middies goes pole. Middies goes pole. Fury goes P3 with a 16.6. Lockie P2 with a 15.7. And of course, Middies 15.3. Lockie is going again. I'm not too sure if he certainly is. He's on another lap, is the Lockie. Z is on another lap, but I'm not too sure if it's representative. He's still going to send it. But according to that Delta, it looked like he was slower than his previous best. And I think that is qualifying done. I think that is qualifying done. He had an absolute ripper lap. This track rubbered in when the rain stopped. And of course, yes, it was all about timing. And well, the guys towards the, well, set their times later on. Absolutely benefited. And well, there you go. There you go. Scotty out of position with an 18.6. Down there in 16th position, of course. And well, there you go, folks. That is qualifying done and dusted. And the boys that missed out are the boys that missed out down the bottom. And there you go, I dare say. Well, it was all about timing. And yeah, just some missed that little bubble. And well, there you go. There you have it. A mixed field at a track that is very, very difficult to overtake. And yeah, ouch. All right, folks, and of course, yes, Middies taking pole position with a what time? Middies, this is for you, my friend. Let me just get this up.
Yes, it's pole position. Yes.
Fantastic lap time from you, mate, as I flick all the way down to the bottom for the stewards, of course, and that is it. That is it. So, well, it is a mixed order, folks. It is a mixed order, that is to say the least. That little bubble of good weather in that qualifying session absolutely sent the field for 6. And, well, the jumble grid is a good one. It's just as long as just this track. It is very, very tight, as I've touched on before. And the boys know this. There's only a couple of spots to make that overtake. Patience is the name of the game around here, folks. And, well. It's all about trying to gain positions as well. And, well, track position is around here too. So just see how the boys get on. So yes, the formation lap is on. We're going to wait for the countdown clock to do its thing. You'll hear the beeps and then we'll get back to it. While we're doing that, I did forget we did have a couple of followers just before we ended the stream last week. Of course, I think it's Anarchy Reaper 99. Thank you very much for your follow, my friend. Much appreciated. And 4 days ago, BM174. Thank you very much for your follow as well. Much appreciated. And we do hope you can check us out when we are live, absolutely. But yes, as we do wait for the drivers just to do their thing, adjust setups finally, those fine little adjustments that you can do, and we'll see how they get on, of course. Blue Dog, if the Wonka car, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, mate, of course. And well, while you say that, Bluey, of course, Season 2, I think it was, Season 2 Formula 4, the cars on that particular grid was Cadbury, Jaguar, Golf. And so it was a bit of a tribute, but not even meaning to be. It just happened that way, and it's quite bizarre how it did. And well, anyway, I digress. I'm just rambling. But anyway, we push on, of course. Bring some detail up. Where is the tyres? There they are. And well, Middy's out there in pole. P1 on the medium, of course. Most of them starting on the medium, folks. And why wouldn't you, of course? Lockie in P2 on the medium, as I did touch on before. And a fantastic qualifying from Mr. Nat Hammer. P3 from him. And very good from Nat. Fury up there as well, which is great to see in P4. And Verks out of position a little bit. Uncharacteristic, but not too sure if he is a fan of this circuit. But there you go, P5 from Verks. Z in P6. And very good. And the orange, oh, I tell you what, I nearly call him the filth. But that was last season. He's the dirty orange. He's back. And P7, great qualifying from that man. JC in P8, first time out, starting on the hard compound is the JC. Thinking outside the box from the guys ahead of him is our resident Canadian, of course, Macedonian. There he is there, currently not in his car. He is ghosting, and hopefully he can get himself back in. I do see him keeping on joining and leaving all of a sudden. Hopefully he can get that all sorted out, but I hope he can before those lights go out. And I think he has. No, he has not. Bender, there he is there for his first time out on the medium. Qualified P10 from the Group 4. Very good from the Bender. And let's just see how he gets on. The Batman in P11, of course. And, David in P12. Johnny M4. There he is there on the medium, the Renault driver, of course. And, P13. Housey, there he is there on the hard compound. Of course he is. P14 from that man. The Bopton is P15. Scotty out of position a little bit. Well, a lot, exactly. And, there you go. 16th from him. Brad Tay, 17th. Striker, P18 on the hard compound. Jazz Bluescat in Golf Racing. There he is there. And, Tactical Genius in P20. As we wait for these lights, folks. Go, folks. We've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights. We've got 5 red lights. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a quick one. The lights are out, and away we go. Let's just see. Look at the launch. Look at the launch. Look at the launch. Oh, who is that? That is absolutely, it certainly is Nat Hammer. What a start from him. Well, I'll tell you what, Minnie's dives up the inside. Natty's jumps up to second. And have a look at Ferk make his way through. Up already into P4. He's about to make the move on the inside of Lockie. Just see if he can... Oh, Nat's a bit slow. Nat's a bit slow and just blocked Ferk a little bit. And he has to bide his time. Look further down because this is juicy. Very good, guys. All got through unscathed. Not too sure who was at the back. Oh, that is a disconnected Macedonian. JC dropping down into P11. He's side by side. Who is he there with? He certainly is, and that is the Batman. Oh, very tight, very risky. Oh, wowee, what was that? What was that? The car was airborne from Johnny M4. I don't know if that was a glitch or what that was, but we'll get rid of that, folks, and we'll move back up to the top because there they are. And Verks on the hunt. Have a look at this. And Lockie doing his thing. And I'll tell you what, there might be a bit of a driver group swap and swapperoo, of course. And integrity of the groups is absolutely paramount. And Lockie is just a little bit quicker than expected, and doing a great job nevertheless. And up in P3 at the moment, fantastic from him. is the Renault driver, of course, and Verk's right behind him, of course. Battle resumed from last week, and Fury hanging on. And there he is there, of course, and Fury doing a stunning job, of course, this being his 97th Grand Prix. His 97th Grand Prix in 3 races time. It's his 100th. He'll be the first one to crack 100. And, well, fantastic. Looking for a good result is the Fury after last week finishing P11. And, dare say, looking for that 1, 2, 3, either or. And doing his thing is the Fury. We'll flip further down because there is the Housey having a good look at David. And I tell you what, you couldn't separate these two last season, and it looks like you can't separate them again this season. There they are, there, 15th and 14th. Brad Tay joining in. And, well, there is the Brad, of course. Yes, he certainly is. And I tell you what, those hard runners making hay while the sun is shining, of course. And, well, JC doing his thing, isn't he? JC doing his thing, the hard runner, the lead hard runner. He's hanging on. He's absolutely hanging on to Bender, who is his teammate in front. And have a look at those oh, I nearly said it, but they're wonkers. Of course, Scotty in P8, Bender in P9, JC in P10, and there is Housey, not too far behind, of course. And I'll tell you what, just doing their thing, working very good as a team. And, well, there you go, an F1 mono. Hang on a minute, let me catch up with this chat. Not too sure what it would be. Very good from you, the Blue. And great to see you in chat as well, of course, as Nat Hammer staying where he started, of course. Had a great launch, didn't he? And, of course, has just slotted into that 3rd spot now. And, well, Verk making himself an absolute nuisance, isn't he? He certainly is. But Scotty looking to make damage here against Dirty Orange. He's right up his gearbox, folks. He's the end. There's not really a place to pass through here. It's very much follow the leader, isn't it? And, yeah, you've just got to bite your time. Patience is the name of the game, as I've touched on so many times. It is just so true. It is just so true. You try to take a risky move, you risk the nose, you risk everything, and it's just not worth it. You've just got to set it up nicely, and usually coming out of that last corner is a beauty. And of course, you've got that DRS zone, and we'll turn 1. Very easy to send it up the inside there, under braking, of course, and. Well, I dare say Scotty will be looking to do that as JC and Bender swap positions. And, well, I'll tell you what, I reckon the hard compounds, they don't take much to fire up around this circuit, of course. As I did touch on, tyre wear, the heat generated around here always has been absolutely ridiculously high. And these guys know it. And, of course, I reckon the hard compound, probably the best start, maybe the best tyre to start on, of course. And, well, it is the most durable, of course. And you're not going to take the pain while you're fat with fuel, of course. And, well, there you go. JC already up into P9. Flick further up because what is happening there? Scotty's still just stuck behind Dirty Orange, isn't he? He certainly is. Dirty Orange doing a fantastic job in P7 as we'll flick further down because David and Housey, there they are there. They're all got company. Brad Tay and all Johnny M4 wants a little bit of this as well, and have a look at them. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 of them. Starting from the David, of course, and there is there David, Housey, Brad Tay, Johnny M4, Striker, and, well, Jazz Blues Cat just doing his darnest to hang on. And very good from Jazz. He'll get better as the season goes on. Fantastic from him. Just keep on keeping on, Jazz, and you'll be right, mate. As, well, Bender dropping like a stone. What has happened to Bender? Oh, maybe he's made a little bit of an error. His tyres are just cooking. It looks like he's got a little bit of oversteer. Understeer, he certainly does. And Tactical Genius from the back of the field, already up into P11 on lap 4. And he's pretty much followed Batman through there. And, well, there you go. There you go. Bender slotting into 12th and already a track limit. And, yeah, very tricky around here. Track characteristics, folks. And that is not good. Already on lap 5, and well, there you go. Mr. Fury straight, a little bit of a lock-up as Nat's already been overtaken by the Verks, of course, and well, he can set his sights on Lockie. I'll tell you what, the debutant this season, of course, this is his 2nd race with us. Of course, he has been around the traps a little bit, but fantastic to see him pick up where he left off, of course. Took a lot of assist off to come be here, of course, and it's great to see, and we do applaud progress. But I tell you what, he's come on better than expected straight off the bat. I dare say Lockie is definitely a Group 1, but we will fix all that in the coming week, of course, and Well, there you go, Lockie doing his thing. Middy's up in front. We haven't really spoken about Middy's. I tell you what, this guy gets his head down and he's just got to turn that qualifying pace into race pace, and he will be sweet. And of course, have it on good authority. Didn't have the results that he would have liked last season, and well, if he can turn it around, and if we know that he can, I'll tell you what, it is a big head turner for the rest of them, of course, because he will be the man to catch. And well, there he is there, setting it up, lighting it up with a 1 minute 20.1, stretching his lead just by a couple of tenths over Lockie. We've got Fury there. He's got some company now, of course. There is the Z, and well, there you go. Z, Nat Hammer, just, excuse me, excuse me. Fury getting by Nat Hammer, and well, Z trying to make the most of that as well, and tried to pick up the pieces. And Dirty Orange and Scotty, battle resumed, if you don't mind. And well, Scotty, is he going to get the job done? He certainly is. Oh, Dirty Orange is hanging it in there. This should be the inside for the next one, but I think Orange has got the bite. He certainly does. Oh, it's close, and Scotty's going to get it done. He certainly is. Great move, Scotty. What a move from the Scotty. And well, I'll tell you what, he can focus on Z ahead. And well, I'll tell you, he's come a long way back, has the Scotty, and up into P7 from that man. We'll flick further down. We'll give some guys towards the back some respect. Oh, what's happened here? Scotty has got by JC. Not too sure what has happened. Is that team orders? Is that team orders? Of course, JC being the Group 2, Scotty being the Group 1. And of course, Dirty Orange just missing out there a little bit. He just had to slot in a little bit as the guys sort themselves out and reset and go again, of course. We'll go further afield. Who was I looking at before? Certainly Johnny M4 and Striker, and well, Johnny M4 as well caught the back of this pack and looking for a move, but they all are, and they all waiting for that one spot, of course, and coming out of 14, and whoever gets the better eggs around here, I dare say, is going to get that spot, but that's what it's all about, folks. You don't want no wheel spin. You want nice and smooth wheel entries, wheel inputs, and just get on that power. And let's just see who's got that bravery. And they're all too far back. They certainly all are. And we'll bring this up again. We'll flick further up because David and Housey, I'll tell you what, these two don't get sick of each other. And, well, there is the Bender just trying to make a nuisance for him, of course. Housey, his teammate. And, well, Bender just getting past, well, trying to get past David. And, well, David trying to get past Bender, excuse me. And Housey just trying to get past the both of them if he possibly can. And the boys behind him looking to pick up the pieces, folks. Fantastic stuff from these guys. There is battles all over this grid. And, well, yet to make a pass. It is tough. It is tough. They all want to. We've all been around this circuit. We've all done it. And it's just biding your time, waiting for that right time, waiting for that opportunity, and pressuring that guy in front into making that mistake. Make him spend those tyres a little bit more if you can. If you've got that extra pace, maybe use that tyre when you need to use that tyre, and maximise what you've got to do, of course. We'll flick further up because what is happening here, pretty much as you were, Z has started to reel in Nat Hammer ever so slightly, hasn't he? And Nat has just started to drop off a little bit from Fury. But Fury doing a fantastic job. He certainly is up in the P4 and trying to close that gap on Verks, of course, who is just, I think Lockie and Middies have bolted, and I'll tell you what, they look both very handy around here. It looks like they're lapping roughly around about the same time at the moment as each other, the top three. Even the top four, Fury has just taken a chunk out, as you can see, folks, and looking to see how this progresses over the next couple of laps. And of course, yes, the undercut. Doesn't matter what circuit you're at, folks, around on this game, the undercut is absolutely huge. As Johnny M4 very, very close to Striker now. And let's just see, there's just nowhere to make it. There's just nowhere to make it. And when you think it closes up and he's got traffic, is he going to send it? Oh, I tell you what, that's what you risk. That is what you risk because of those curves. And there you go. There you go. Johnny M4 just has to tickle back. And not too sure if he's picked up some damage from that. It looks like he's got both M plates. He certainly does. So very, very lucky from the M4 because that is detriment. It's just about waiting. And yeah, we all want to send it, but you just can't. You just can't. And well, there you go. There you go. As Z closes in within 4/10 now to Nat Hammer. And I'll tell you what, Nat might be getting a bit of a sweat on as we speak. I'll tell you what, folks, he certainly is, because well, he's not too far away from Fury now either. He's caught him by a couple of tenths as well. And of course, pretty much a seesawing battle around here. If these boys are running similar setups, of course, that DRS zone is a cancellation point. It's just about picking up that speed throughout the corners, of course, because you cannot rely on the straight. So it might be taking a little bit of risk, saving a little bit of tyres in it early of a stint and spending them later on, or whatever it is that you wish to do, of course. There's lots of ways you can go about it. And well, Dirty Orange doing his thing, P10. P10 from the Dirty Orange. Batman just ahead of him. There he is there, of course. And well, Batman doing a phenomenal job up in a P9. Let's just see how far this man can progress. He's done a stellar job at the moment. Let's just see for the position change, of course. Tactical Genius up 9 spots. He's already up into P11. And there you go. Oh, we speak of him and bang, he's just copped a penalty. 3 seconds for his efforts. Scotty up 8, up into 8th spot, of course. And well, unfortunately, the biggest losers of this one is Macedonian. The disconnect at the start. But other than that, Dirty Orange down 5. Johnny M4 down 5. So there is what is happening. There is the penalties. Bender has 6 and Tactical Genius has 3. Yeah, it certainly was, Bluey. It certainly was. And, well, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And, well, just this circuit, those curbs with the sausage curbs there on the apexes just hurt you at the wrong spots. And gutsy attempt, absolutely it was. But I think he's come off second best if I'm not mistaken, unfortunately. But he will pick up the pieces. Bender has dropped like a stone. Not too sure if he's hurting with these tyres or not. P16. And, well, there you go. There you go. He's not really making inroads. David, and excuse me, I have missed it. I do apologise, boys. Not too sure if there was a mistake or what have you, but Housey now is well ahead of David. I'm not too sure what happened there, but it is, what is that, 3.9 seconds Housey has a gap to, so I'm not too sure what went on. And as we were watching that overtake by Johnny M4, or that attempt, I think Housey put the foot down and away he went. Striker has just got by David. David seems to be struggling, and oh, it might be the hard runners. It certainly is the hard runners coming into their own at this early stage of the Grand Prix, and definitely the right tyre to start on. Take that little bit of pain early, but you'll definitely be good for it later on. And well, the second stint on the quicker tyre, as the other guys that will have to finish on the hard, excuse me, will take a little bit longer for them to warm up, and they are not the quicker tyre, of course. As well, there you go. We are seeing Bender in. Is that Bender changing? No, it is not. Dropping like a stone again. P18 for that man. Johnny M4 slots himself up into 17th, and well, he does have his teammate ahead of him, Brad Tay, in P16. As we'll flick up to Z, because well, there you go. 0.7 of a second between these two. Mr. Fury Strat and VSC Parzival doing a fantastic job. Group 2 this season, and I'll tell you what, he might be one of the faves to take the Group 2 out. He's just doing a fantastic job, isn't he? P5 from that man, and well, not far behind Fury. He's catching him, isn't he? He certainly is, and not too sure if Fury's dropped off or made a mistake or what have you, but Z is on an absolute charge at the moment, and catching him hand over fist, isn't he? Tenths to drop it out of that, and we'll stay with this because he wants a good exit, does the Z, and he might be good on tyres. He might be the old tyre whisperer is the Z, and well, let's just see how this one gets on. Just a little bit too far back. Fury spending a little bit of battery just to keep ahead of him there, and well, that's what it's there for you. Is to defend or attack. As we'll flick further down, Johnny M4 has still resided behind his teammate, and just to keep an eye on what these guys are doing. Of course, they started out of position and haven't really made roads towards the front of the grid, of course. And well, Housey doing his thing, P13 on 11 lap old hards. JC, the lead hard runner, and there you go, already up into P7. And I reckon these hards can go a good 8 or 9 or so laps more. And yeah, JC will be looking very, very pretty. He's just got to keep it all together. Oh, dearie me. Oh, that was a bit of a glitch. How good is it? How good is it, folks out there? And well, I'll tell you what, a lot better than the last previous couple. But a long, long way to go in the game department. But nevertheless, we push on, folks. We push on. As well, Housey is catching Dirty Orange, and well, there it is. There is the gap. We can see it. We can see it, folks. We've got yellow flags in Sector 2. That is a Renault, and not too sure which Renault, but we're going to stay with this battle because Housey is fired up. He certainly has. As these medium tyres start to die, the hard runners, look at them come into their own, and well, there you go. The first of the medium runners has stopped, and that is Verks boxing from P3. And well, releases Fury. Fury can just get his head down. I dare say Fury will box the next lap because the undercut around here is huge. And you don't want to be caught out on that slower tyre where you're just losing lap time. It's just not the best way to go A to B the quickest, as Housey finds himself in P12. Well, there is the Verk coming out of the pit lane in P13. And well, Dirty Orange has his hands full. There is the Housey side by side. Thinks better of it. Has to back out. And we've got a full course yellow. What has happened? What has happened, folks? What has happened? It is a VSC. It is a VSC. Well, there you go. I'm going to go on a bit of a mute. I need a bit of a drink, folks. I'll be back with you in a moment. Wowee, that was a quick VSC, fantastic. At least we're racing again as the, well, we get back up to racing speed, of course. Middies, 4 seconds now over Lockie. He was doing a phenomenal job. But what a race so far by the Middies. Of course, still continuing out there on 13-lap-old mediums. And not too sure if Ferk is thinking outside the box, but Fury, there he is there, covering him off, of course, and, well, getting rid of that medium compound. Let's just see, excuse me, where the Ferk pops out as JC moves his way up into P4. There is the Verk coming out of turn 14, going across the start-finish line right about now. And away he goes, and well, there you go. There you go. There is Fury exiting, and Verk has absolutely done it. He certainly has, and by then some. So P8 from him, as JC is doing his thing, isn't he? 14 lap old hards, and they will go quite some more distance, I dare say. And I'm liking this strategy from the JC. I'm really liking it. A lot different. And if you can make it work and make your way through, it definitely does pay off. And he certainly has done that. He's done the hard yards. He's just got to keep his head down and keep these laps nice and clean and consistent. And he'll be sweet. He will be sweet, folks. As we look down at Scotty, who after that pit stop has come out in P14. He does have a lot of runners in front of him on the medium who will get out of his way. But he's catching them, isn't he? He's catching them very quickly, and he's just losing time. And there you go. Brad Tay getting out of his way, knowing that that's not his fight. Scotty moving through and up into P13. David is next on his hit list, and not too sure if David's going to make this easy or hard. Dare say he doesn't have to make it anything. He's just going to drive his own race. As, well, Scotty in P13, and it's just a tough track. It is a tough track to get that pass done when you want it to get done. As we'll flick further up, because JC in P2 now, 17.9 seconds behind Middies. And, well, there you go. So if Middies was to box right about now, folks, JC will find himself in the lead, believe it or not, albeit he still needs to stop, but he's got some handy margin over some guys behind him too. So he's just got to keep it going as the JC and figure out where he ends up. Of course, missing last week, and well, all the more points he can get. Well, that was very tough to say. All the more points he can get, the better for him and his team, of course. And we'll flick further down. I do apologise. Missed a couple of pit stops. There you go. David, Macedonian, Dirty Orange. And, of course, who else is that? Bender. There he is there, getting service as well. So I dare say, who else is left to go? Brad Tay, yet to stop. Batman, yet to stop. Tactical Genius, yet to stop. And, of course, Middies, who is, I tell you what, is running in the risk of squeaky bum territory, but he knows what he's doing. It might be a bit early. It might be a bit early, he's thinking. But I dare say these hards are going to go quite some distance. Middies knows what he's doing, of course, and well, there you go. There you go. In the pit lane, he is now receiving service, and the hard compound on. Let's just see. He should feed out just ahead of his teammate. Where is he? Where is he? It's going to be close. It is going to be close, and there he is there, of course. Middies feeding out just ahead of Lockie. And, well, 2.4 seconds is the margin. And, well, fantastic, as you were from those guys. Very, very good. JC has got a bit of a gap. And let's just have a look what it is to the leader, of course. JC was to stop now. He would probably feed out in about P9. And, well, way too early for him anyway. He is on the hard. The medium is not going to go that long. So he has to time his run nice and carefully, of course, does the JC. Batman exiting the pit lane out in P12, of course, and doing a phenomenal job. He can start focusing on making his way up this field now. As Ferks gets a 3-second time penalty. Dearie me, that is not what the doctor ordered. And there you go, 3 for himself, and that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. As, well, Tack, knowing that's not his fight, gets out of the way. Of course, Tactical Genius yet to stop. And what is happening at the front? Middy's overtaking JC, so... Well, there you go. Didn't even need to wait to the pit stops in the end. Middies gets the job done and puts a car between himself and his teammate, who's fighting him for P2 at the moment. Can the Renault boys bring this home nose to stern, 1 and 2? Yellow flags in Sector 3. That is a slow Renault. It looks like Johnny M4 having a little bit of a struggle. Not too sure, but as they trade fastest laps, Lockie, fastest lap of a 1 minute 18.879. Fantastic from him. As, excuse me, David and Striker, battle resumed. The two Jaguar boys just helping each other through the field as Fury pulls his way through Housey, of course, on 16-lap-old hards, and that is the benefit of a newer hard tyre. Let's just catch up on this chat. And that's why we don't read them out. Gatorade Lemon He's one of the pit lane penguins. He's doing his thing, but he's not really pit lane penguining. He's he's chat clowning as David and Striker swap positions. And there you go. David up into 14th, Striker 15th. And well, there you go. Z in P8, chasing Housey, and Housey making his car as wide as possible, of course. And very hard man to overtake is the Houseys, as Ferguson. Of course. Well, I mean, I dare say that is probably a thought shared by a lot of the guys on the grid. No, all tongue-in-cheek, of course. But, of course, the Drivers' Champion from last season doing a phenomenal job, as he did, and currently finds himself in P4, but does have a 3-second time penalty to his name. Middies and Lockie trading fastest laps yet again. Tactical Genius in the pit lane. So there you go. Fury up into P5. And, well, once JC pits, let's just see. Tell you what, he might drop like a bit of a stone. So Nat Hammer finds himself in P8 after a great start. Of course, 3-lap-old hards. He can go right to the end now. And, of course, there are a couple of guys ahead of him who do still need to stop. So, effectively, P6 from the Nat. And, well, that is pretty much where he'd like to be. A lot higher, of course. He is a Group 2 this season. And, of course, if all the Group 1s take 1 to 5 and the Group 2s take 6 to 10, well, there you go. That job done, I dare say. But of course, Nat wanting more. Nat's got to want more. And, well, Fury and Z and Fury, what has happened here? Swapping and swapping again. Not too sure why that was swapping. But there you go. There you go. 6th and 5th from him. These timing trees, I think they're playing funny buggers. Because I just... Fury and Z were swapping, but it can't be 1.2 seconds behind. And, well, there you go. There you go. Nat Hammer finds himself 3/10 behind Housey. And, well, Housey yet to stop. Nat Hammer will get this job done. Excuse me. I I do apologise, folks. Had to get some water into me, of course. And, well, Nat Hammer getting that job done past Housey. Fantastic from him. And, well, he can start to slowly creep up on Z if he can possibly do it, of course. These two are Group 2s. Fantastic. Z and Nat Hammer doing their thing. And, well, Fury holding the forward up the front, of course. And JC yet to stop as well. So, what lap are we on? Lap 19 of 35. We've got yellow flags in Sector 2. And that is another Renault. It might be Johnny M4 again. Yes, certainly is just having a struggle. And there you go. It certainly is Johnny M4. We will not focus on that as his teammate Mitty's 0.8 of a second ahead of his other teammate in Lockie, of course. The two Renault boys doing their thing, 1 and 2. Verk holding his own, of course, in P3, has stabilised a little bit after getting that time penalty. Finds himself 8.3 seconds behind Lockie, and a little bit of a gap between him and Fury, of course, with JC yet still needing to stop and put on a different set of, well, different compound, of course. And, well, there you go. Nat Hammer will inherit another spot. So as I did touch on, effectively P6 is the Nat. But he is starting to slowly creep on Z a little bit, a little bit. There's 15 laps remaining, folks. There is still a long way to go. And these hard compounds do have a long way to go. They are going to hurt towards the end. And, will be anyone's business if they decide to do another stop towards the end. Safety car, possibly, and put on a fresh set, and away they go towards the end. Try to progress through the field as, excuse me, I have missed something. I certainly have, and Tactical Genius getting by Batman up into P10 from the back of the field, and, well, fantastic from him as he has had his first race back in a good couple of seasons, and, well, great to see, of course, the TAC back in full-time fold, of course, season 4. I just had a bit of a mic issue. I do apologise, folks. It is playing up on me a little bit. I'm trying to keep it as good as possible. But there you go. Nat Hammer and Z. We just did see that job get done, of course. And, well, there you go. 6th position for the Nat. And, well, there you go. JC Boxing putting on that medium. And as I did say, net P6 from the Nat. He's just dropped off ever so slightly, hasn't he? Z has put the foot down. And, well, there you go. Yellow flags in Sector 2. That is a Golf. Not too sure which Golf or who that is. But there you go. What has happened there to Z? Bit of an error from the Z, and well, that has caught Nat right up. Oh, I'm not too sure if Z's got damage. What was that? It looked like he hit the curb square on and just stopped the car. Oh my God! As there is Nat, 1 second behind now. And I tell you what, that's lit up his eyes as we do see a wide Golf. Not too sure who that is. But there you go, getting out of the way and ghosting anyway as he is getting lapped. And might be Jazz Blues Cat. No, it is not. He's in the pit lane, so I'm not too sure who that is. But we won't worry about that at the moment, folks. As we flick further up the field and we'll go towards the back, of course. Brad Tay, 1.4 seconds. Gaps have stabilised. Nothing to get too excited about, except for this one here with Nat Hammer. It is the closest battle on the circuit, of course. 0.7 of a second between himself and Z. Z making a little bit of a mistake. I'm pretty sure I did see that mistake from Z. If my old eyes are not mistaken, and if they are, I do apologise, C. But it is 0.6 of a second now, and Nat is closing. So I'm not too sure what that was all about, but there you go, 0.6, 0.7, and Nat can smell blood. Can he move up into P5 and inherit one more spot from the good man? Let's just have a look at these positions gained from everybody, and of course, Nat down 3 at the moment. Of course, Scotty up 9, Tack up 11, and well, there you go, Macedonian down 8, Johnny M4 down 7, and Dirty Orange down 5, unfortunately for those guys. But there is still, 13 laps remaining, folks, and still quite some distance to go. Oh, dearie me, this mic, I have to fix it. It'll be fixed for next week. Do apologise yet again, folks. It is cutting in and out, and it is a pain in the butt. But there you go. Z has stretched his legs yet again and has started to close in on Fury a little bit. So I'm not too sure if there's a little bit of error starting to creep into the game here. But gaps are closing. There's only really one or two to talk about, and it is the one we are currently watching, Fury and Z. Z and Nat Hammer, even though he's starting to drift back a little bit more. And of course, Macedonian has come alive. He certainly has. Is he in his car? He certainly is in his car. Had connection issues all night long, has this man. And well, he's closed right up the back of Brad Tay. I'll tell you what, Macedonian loves a good old battle on circuit. And well, it's so good to see him back out on track with us yet again. And well, doing the reserve proud, of course. And stunning livery created by the Housie yet again. And well, the same as last season. Did not change it. Why would we need to, of course? We'll flick further up because Z now 9/10 of a second, albeit DRS assisted. Fury has got none. Z using all that advantage on that straight, and he's closing to 5/10. But just can't get the job done. He opens up that rear wing again, but this is just too short of a straight to get that job done. Kind of a useless DRS zone, that one, but nevertheless, Z will pick his moment, and Fury will be sweating, absolutely sweating. Can he hang on? There is 11 laps remaining, so still a little bit to go, folks. Still a little bit to go. As a Macedonian, Brad Tay, now footy bender. Well, I'll tell you what, three wily old foxes. Some of the guys that have been around for quite some time. And, well, they all find each other nose to stern on circuit. And they might just have a bit of a grin about themselves right about now. Because Macedonian looking real racy behind Brad Tay. But not much you can do about it. Brad Tay had a bit of a slipstream from the old footy bender, and well, there you go. Cancelled that one out, and wowee! Oh, don't know what happened there. Macedonian in the grass, and well, Brad Tay hits to fight another day. We'll work our way further afield because JC and Scotty have caught up to each other, and not too sure if they're just going to help each other or JC is a little bit quicker at this stage. I dare say he is. Three lap old mediums, of course, and Scotty on the slower rubber, but there is the Z now within still 5/10 of a second. He just can't get it any closer, can he? He just can't do it. It was the same as last lap, and well, there you go. Yellow flags, sector 2. Who is that for? Not too sure, but we have just seen maybe team orders, and JC getting by Scotty, of course, up into P7. And he can start pressuring Nat Hammer because he's got a little bit to go, has the JC. These next couple of laps are going to determine whether we can do it or not. We'll keep an eye on that interval time and let JC go about his business because he's closer than he's ever been before. And he's just got to get closer and closer and closer. And hopefully hang on to him through the last one and absolutely send it out of there. And let's just see if we can get it done. Of course, Fury is no slouch. Fury is a great defensive driver when he needs to be as well. And, well, he knows where to put that car. He's not going to make that job easy for Z, of course. Oh, as Fury runs wide, he certainly does. And Z's eyes light right up, of course. This is a battle between 4th and 5th, folks. And, well, doing a ring-a-ding-ding job is both of these boys. Excuse me with the voice as well, folks. Do apologise, but yes, cannot do much about it at this stage, unfortunately. But there is Fury, there is Z, and well, it might be now. It's going to be closer. It's going to be closer. It's 4/10, 3/10. Can he get it done? He's too far back. Oh, it might be the next time around. It might be the next time around, folks. We will keep an eye on that one with interest. But there is the bender. Brad Tay getting by the bender up into 14th. Bender down into 15th, and there is the Bopton as well on a 11-lap-old mediums. Of course, he might need to stop again, and well, there you go. Bopton and Macedonian running well wide, and find themselves in 16th and 17th. Hopefully, yes, it's back. It's back. Oh, dearie me. Once again, apologies, folks. Not much I can do about it. We'll get it fixed for you for the next one, of course. And, well, there you go. Z, as close as he's ever been, just can't get that job done. As we'll pay respects towards the backs. Johnny M4 in P20, Jazz in P19. Doing his thing is the Jazz. Bopton in P18. There he is there. Striker 17th from him. Macedonian in 16th. Old Footy Bender in 15th, and Brad Tay, there he is there, as Dirty Orange has retired from the session, and that is a full course yellow. What has happened? What has happened to the Dirty Orange? As we'll stay on board with Brad Tay. Where is his car? Where is his car? It's just disappeared as Brad Tay's got to it, unfortunately, and that might be a VSC. It should be a VSC. It certainly is a VSC, folks, and whoever is near the pit lane is choosing to use it wisely, of course, and well, taking half the pain of a normal pit stop anyway. And why wouldn't you, of course? Unfortunate for the Orange. We will see him next week, but yeah, he was running very, very well. Will not score points for this one, but yeah, bad luck, Orange. See you next week at Belgium, my friend. Great showing from you, mate. Great qualifying, by the way. And awesome stuff, mate. Awesome stuff. As, well, we wait for this track to go green yet again. We are approaching the finale, the final laps of this one. Lap 28 of 35. And, well, this one has been a bit of a long one. It always is around Hungary, isn't it? And the Orange Cots... thank you, Bluey. Thank you, Bluey. Where you been all my life, mate? Come on, buddy. And keep me company, Bluey. It's all been good. It's all been good. As those little quirks like that are the things we miss, Blue. But fantastic from you as the track has gone green. And Johnny M4, whack. VSC, that is a doozy. 3/10 is what you got to treat it as. Well, excuse me, Minis, 4.8 seconds is the gap. Burke took the advantage of getting that stop, putting the fresh rubber on, and just cancelling out that track penalty, because it is 3 seconds. Nat in that second range. So at the moment, if the race was to finish, Vert will be off the podium, but well, that fresh set of mediums is going to fix that up for him, of course. As well, what has happened here? Fury has boxed as well. Fury certainly has. I did miss that. I do apologise, folks, as well, laughing at Orange squeezed, unfortunately, but well, Fury did stop. Fresh set of mediums for that man, and oh, dearie me, what was that? Was that as a bit of grass or whatever that was flicked up? It looked like front wing, but it was not. Fury is all over the gearbox of Scotty, teammates of last year, and well, these boys will be loving it. I tell you what, Scotty will be feeling it. He certainly will, but Fury is absolutely quicker. Look at the grip. He's just got through the corners, and he's just going to have to bide his time a little bit, and that's the characteristics of this circuit, folks. You've just got to wait. You just have to wait for the right opportunity. And here it is now. He's all over him. He certainly is. And well, Scotty will make this difficult. He'll be spending battery, but the grip that Fury has got will be phenomenal. And he has to watch his back because Z is all over it. And well, Scotty, Z, Fury, oh dearie me. And Scotty loses out 2 positions in a quarter from the Scotty. And down into P8 from that man. Of course, the boys that just passed him, albeit on fresh rubber. And that's a bit unfair from Reed to the Scotty. I do apologise, Scotty. I didn't mean it like that. But there you go. Fresh rubber will do that any day of the week. And we might be looking at fastest lap or even possibly lap records, of course, around here. And well, Fury sending it. He's absolutely sending it. Look at the car twitch. I'm going to stay with Fury. There is 5 laps remaining. This is the closest battle on the circuit as we are watching, yes, between Fury and Z and Scotty. I dare say it's between Fury and Z now, and how far they can claw their way up. Of course, excuse me, JC finds himself in P5. What a strat from the JC, and 3 seconds behind Nat Hammer, if you don't mind. And well, let's just have a look to see how quickly Fury can catch. He's got 5 laps, folks. He has got 5 laps. And, well, JC will be watching this one with interest as we flick further down. What has happened towards the back as Bender and Striker, well, I'm not too sure. Bender just closing up a little bit as Tactical Genius doing his thing behind the housey. He's had a pretty steady, consistent race in P10 there. And is he the lead Group 3? No, he is not. Batman ahead of him. And Batman doing a solid job on 14 lap old hards. Currently 3, well, there you go, Tack getting by the housing, and well, that is fresh, soft compound, and that'll do it every day of the week, folks, as we'll move further afield, because this battle is getting enthralling as Fury has put the hammer down. He certainly has, and look at that gap now, 2.8 seconds. He's caught a second, folks. He's absolutely caught a second, and what was that? Who's out of their car? Oh no, that was David. I apologise. That was David, and just getting passed by the leaders. So there you go, as Fury rounds. We have 4 laps remaining, folks. 4 laps remaining, and do excuse the mic. I'm going to keep apologising. It's very annoying for me. I can only imagine how it is for you folks at home. I do apologise. We will sort it out next week. It is cutting in and out. It is in my ear. It's all over the joint. It's very hard to do this session at the moment, but we are getting through it. I do apologise. I do apologise. I do apologise. But there you go. Middy's leading this one. 6.9 seconds from him. Lockie in P2. Great showing from him, and as the Verks doing his thing in P3. Nat Hammer, solid from Nat. As JC, a great strat from him, finds himself up in a P5 and made the most of that hard compound tyre, didn't he? He certainly did. Fury doing good things as well, and this race ain't over. 3 laps remaining, half a second between these two, and they have caught 3.9, nearly 4 seconds in a good couple of laps. So that's just the speed difference at the moment, and that is 7-lap difference between those two tyres, of course, as well, Fury looking to get this job done very quickly. And well, he might smell blood after that too, because Nat Hammer's not too much further ahead. Excuse me. And that might throw Fury up into P4, and he'd be absolutely thrilled with that. Please be, yes, it's working again. Sorry, folks, yes, but Fury, yes, there he is there, all over Nat Hammer, 0.3 of a second, nowhere to pass, and pass at your own peril, especially through here. Those sausage curves will catch you out, it will destroy you, and Fury knows this. He just has to tuck in. He certainly does, and well, he's got the better grip. He's just got to bide his time. I know there's not many laps remaining, but he has to bide his time, because if he chances it anywhere else, well, if he's got a good exit out of here, he can send it up the inside. But I tell you what, Nat is well aware and covers that one off very nicely. Does the Nat Hammer, and well, he's not going to make it easier. Easy for him is the Nat, but I dare say grip will win out of these two, of course. And well, there you go. You see Nat a little bit squirmish at the rear end, and excuse me, Z looking to pick up the pieces as well. Have a look at these two. Just try to pick up the pieces. Have a look at them. Z's hoping Fury trips up because he's coming. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. And, well, what happened there? Was there a collision? I'm not too sure if there was. But Nat Hammer and Z. Z might have gone into the back of Nat. He certainly did he? No, he did not. I'm not too sure if there was contact or not, but something flicked up. And, well, Fury finds himself into P4 right about now. Nat Hammer in P5, and there is the Z. And, well, on the quicker rubber, he should get this job done, but it's all about Fury. Well, there you go. P4 from him. Job done. He'd be absolutely wrapped with that. Great drive from him. Still got to get a couple more laps under the belt to bring it home, of course, and well, Z doing his thing, 0.2 of a second now. Minis and Lockie off in the distance. They certainly are there, Bluey, as well, Midi's more off in the distance compared to, well, Lockie as well. 8 seconds, nearly 8 seconds between those two, and fantastic job from the Minis. He's absolutely rapid, and I'm glad he's, well, put his quali pace into his race pace, because, well, that was phenomenal to see last year what he could do in qualifying, and now that he can put it all together, it's absolutely brilliant for him. Couldn't be happier for him, as well, Z all over Nat like a bad rash, and well, I dare say it's all about time now, and this should be candy from a baby. Nat Hammer on 19-lap-old hards. Z pulls to the inside. Job done before turn 1. And who is that behind? JC coming up the inside. Oh, hard on the brakes. Dearie me, that was risky stuff. JC up in a P6. And, that was risky. I think Nat might have seen him at the last second and just got out of the way. I'll tell you what, folks, that was close. And, not the kind of stuff we like to see. That was coming in hot and heavy. And there you go, folks. But that Hammer tucks in P7. And let's just see if you can just hold stations, calm down a little bit. And all the boys just take a deep breath. And they're all going to finish where they are at this stage. Of course, yes, the top 10, 11 or 12 rule, of course, and determining penalties towards the back on track. Let's just have a look at those for everybody at home. And there they are there, of course. Tack with 9, Masso with 3, Bender with 9, and Johnny M4 with 6, of course. Unfortunately, we lost Dirty Orange, and unfortunately, we'll see him next week at Belgium, which will be an every compound race, of course. It certainly will, but we're on the last lap of the Grand Prix, and we'll stay with our race leader, who has had 0 airtime. Congratulations. Awesome drive from the middies. He's just got to bring it home, and I dare say not take any risks. He doesn't need to. He's 8 seconds up down the road is his teammate, and he's just got to bring this one across the line, of course, and take those full points. Fantastic job from the middies. Just what the doctor ordered from this man, of course, early doors of the season. Hasn't had much airtime. He's just done it. A stellar job, of course, taking pole position. And, there you go. Race win, if you don't mind, from the middies, as we'll bring him through turn 14 right about now. The Renault F1 driver takes P1. Fantastic from the middies. Good stuff, mate. Awesome drive. Lockie will come out in P2. Another awesome drive from this guy. Well, his debut season, his second drive with us, P2. Fantastic from the Lockie. And Verks, there he is there in P3. Will stay P3. Fury kept him honest in the end, didn't he? He tried to. And great drive from the Verks. Awesome drive, awesome fight back from the Fury. And of course, this driver of the day is going to be difficult to determine, but we will get to that one. We might not announce, we'll try. We'll do our best, folks. We'll do our best. There you go. Fury crosses the line right about now, and that is P4 from him. Z, there he is there in P5. JC, great try from him. Great strat in the end. P6, Nat Hammer P7. And Scotty should take P8, of course. Batman, awesome drive from him as well. P9 and catching Scotty. Oh, a couple more laps. He might have had him. Batman P9. Housey P10, of course. Tactical Genius, there he is there in P11. And that is this race done and dusted, folks. Of course, Brad Tay P12. Striker P13. Macedonian after a, disconnect, and repeat. Finishes in 14th, and of course that one cut out, and rear wing damage is not fun. No, it is not, Johnny. It certainly isn't, but yes, if it was orange, you could have put it in the pit lane and retired the car without and proved it on your MFD, of course, and had no penalty. But if it wasn't orange and less than, yeah, it's tough. It is tough regardless, I understand. That's why there is that rule, of course, with the orange rear wing. But yeah, good job. You bought it. Well, you brought it home. You got points, mate, and that's all that matters for the team, of course. And good job, considering with the rear wing damage. Yeah, it certainly is, Masso. It certainly is, mate. So, we'll just go through these timing screens quickly. As there it is. There, Verk with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, the 1 minute 17.569, if you don't mind. And there you go. Middies taking this one out. We're going to go on a brief pause in a second, folks. We're going to get our drivers in for an interview, our driver of the day as well, hopefully, and we'll wrap this one up. Please be with us. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
Yes, it's pole position.
Well, I don't know why Seb went off then, but there you go, folks. I'll bring up the screen. We do have our drivers in for an interview, of course, and well, I'll tell you what, we might as well start with our third place man, our drivers champ from last season, of course. I speak of none other than Verks. Verks, talk us through that one, mate. A bit of well, I'm not too sure if it was a mistake in qualifying, but qualified out of position, it seemed, and just couldn't make those end rounds you wanted to early doors.
I mean, the quali laps felt fast. I don't know. Just quali's not my strong suit. I don't always do too good in quali, so it's sort of a bit of a given. And I don't really particularly like this track, so it's one of my least favourite. So I wasn't expecting anything too spectacular, but yeah, race was just sort of, you see what happens. Just obviously try not to get pens, but didn't work out that way. So I mean, with the two boys in front, you know, they're on another planet compared to me on this track. So it was just sort of stay alive after that spin I had on that first stint, which nearly ended the race for me, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, there you go. We did miss that. Unfortunately, we did miss that. There was plenty of battles happening behind you as well. But nevertheless, we are here to have a chat about you, mate. And, well, Fury keeping you honest towards the end there as well. It was just unfortunate qualifying. There was that bubble between the dry and the wet and the dry, of course, where the track was at optimum. A lot of guys missed out. A lot of guys got their laps in. A lot of guys didn't get the lap in that they wanted to, and it made up for a bit of a mixed-up grid. And would have been interesting to see where everyone would have been, where it would have, how it would have all played out if it had been kind of a normal into qualifying race scenario. But nevertheless, mate, P3 from where you started, and to deal with all of that in the end. Fantastic racing, mate. Awesome job to maximise the points in the end. And, well, as you did say, those two Renault boys ahead of you, well on another planet at this circuit.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for that. And, yeah, congrats to the Renault boys. I mean, they drove fantastic, so couldn't compete, but go again next week.
That's it, mate. That is it. And as well, we won't get to that just now. We'll do our driver interviews. I've got a lot of things running through my mind at the moment. We might as well go to our second place man. And of course, well, the new kid on the block. I speak of none other than Lockie. Well, I'll tell you what, Lockie, you've come on leaps and bounds, mate. Fantastic drive. Got some speed too about you, mate. Very, very well done. Awesome drive.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks for that.
Well, talk us through your race, mate. Talk us through your race. What were the challenges? I mean, it is hungry, it is difficult, it is boring, it is follow the lead. I get it, but that in itself is difficult to do at a consistent speed as well.
Yeah, like Burks, I very much dislike this track, so and it didn't help being really busy at work, so I had no practice coming into it, and starting off in the wet as well in quali, who just didn't work out, but at the end I just knew I had to get in a safe lap just to be up in the top 5, which I did. And yeah, hats off to Middies. His lap was oh god, I can't speak. His lap was just really good, and his race pace as well. I tried the undercut on him in the race and pushed my tyres, and just the dirty air was just crazy. I couldn't do anything, so I just thought to make it to the end I had to sit back and in the clean air and just make it to the end.
Yeah, nurse at home, mate. Nurse at home and bring home those big points for the team, which is what you did and which is what the team would appreciate, mate. And that's what it's all about, man. That is what it is all about. So great job. P2 yet again from you, mate, and making a bit of a habit of it, if I might say so myself. So there might be a bit of a change, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. But fantastic drive from the Lockie to take out his second P2 in a row here on his debut season. Awesome drive, mate. Well done.
Cheers, thank you.
All right, we'll move to our race. Well, our race winner doesn't do driver interviews, of course. And, well, there you go. That is Middies. Middies taking out the win and doing it in style by 8 seconds in the end. Fantastic drive. But we'll move to our driver of the day. And in the end, yes, we got it. Giving it to Scotty. Started P16, finished P8. Had to work his way through that field and, well, make those stops as well. And, well, navigate a few hairy moments. But he got through it unscathed and in the end finds himself in P8. A stellar drive there, Scotty. Awesome stuff. It was just unfortunate you got caught out in that quali session, mate. Nevertheless, what a recovery.
No, cheers, mate. Knew coming in tonight was going to be a bit of a struggle, and I was sort of hoping that quali session would be wet the entire way, but obviously dried up, so saved my last couple of runs, and last quali lap was looking good, but then just had that half spin through 11, which obviously pretty much mean you won an only proper lap with how quickly that track was evolving to being completely dry. It was always going to throw me down the field, so started 16th, pretty much made up all my positions on lap 1, had a ripper start, had the inside line at turn 1, outside at turn 2, and it just sort of opened the door for me. I was up to like P9 after lap 1, and then stuck behind Orange, had a really nice battle with him. Obviously, turn 1, realistically, your only spot to overtake if you're sort of equal on tyre wear and that. So Orange defended well, eventually got past him, let JC through. Obviously, he was on the alt strategy, and in the end worked out really nicely for him. I think he got P6, so good points for Wonka, but yeah, after that, bit of a struggle, just sort of keeping position. I think it was pretty much that P8 for pretty much all the way. Just didn't have the tyre life compared to the guys around me. And as soon as I got to about that 30-35%, I just really struggled with the setup that I was running. So, more points banked. Another top 8, especially with the starting position. So, happy with how Spain went last week. So, good solid start for myself. I knew Group 1 was going to be very tricky, and won't be surprised if we see the same top 3 most weeks with how well they've been going. So congrats to all those guys. But yeah, just shout out to the Wonka boys, all 4 cars finishing 3 inside the top 10. So obviously missing a couple of boys last week. It's a good bounce back. So hopefully we can look forward to Belgium next week. Obviously all compounds again. So hopefully we can move up the field a little bit more.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And, well, quality from you yet again, Scotty. Awesome stuff, mate. Awesome stuff. Another driver of the day under your belt. Fantastic, mate. Well done.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
No problem at all. So that is us done and dusted for this one, folks. Yes, that was round two. Round two done at the Hungary, Hungary. And we do apologise for the massive audio issues. And yeah, that will be rectified next week. Got to get some new equipment by the sounds of things. So all good, folks, all good. So we do hope we can catch you next week on this channel, same time. And we will be at Belgium for that every compound race. And as I did say, we do hope you can catch us there. Thank you very much for watching. We are Southern Cross Racing. Goodbye.